boost you up again then if it's recording live stream.
Is this live stream on Zoom?
It's on, I think it's supposed to be on YouTube. It's supposed to be on YouTube. That's like,
All right.
hell yeah. Girl, you are meant to be doing big things. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I think it's working. Yes. You know,
I say, if you hang out with me, I'm gonna have you believing in you.
yeah, this is what I love about you. You are always doing the light work. Welcome, welcome. I love that you are a starseed wisdom person that looks at all that stuff, learns with us. But you do so much good stuff. You're a true goddess, true light worker. We met here in St. Pete, Florida. Is that your hometown, St. Pete?
Yes, born and raised. That's why I'm so much sunshine.
I know. You're a true light. You probably don't even need this shit. Do you smoke weed?
I'm a person, honestly, that when I do smoke, it's to ground me, because I'd be so high in the realms and everything. I'm like, hold on, let me ground in, come back to earth, because
Yeah.
I move through all the realms. So it's like sometimes, and that's why I'm so grateful for my partnership, because he keeps me here in earth and present in these moments. However, like, I'm constantly meditating and like doing grid work. So like I'm always like either in the future, here in the now, going back to the past, clearing the past, planting new seeds in the past for the now moment. So it's like I'm always all over the place. That's where breath work, your Starseed Yoga Wisdom app is phenomenal. It helps me really just get in there into those nicks and crannies to release any of those parts where like I'm needing help in. We can't do this alone. As much as we want to do this work, and we want to do it like, oh, I got to spend time with myself, and yes, we got to spend time with ourselves, but having that extra person, I believe, helps. When two or more people gather, you really get the work done.
Yes. Have you always been like on the healing side? Was there a pivotal moment that brought you to knowing your gifts?
I have always been helping people. From the moment I was born, I have always been helping people, supporting people, guiding, letting people know that they're not crazy. Been always been speaking, always been speaking in emotions, helping people get off
Mm.
of medications, because it's so easy to get caught and there's something wrong with me. There must be a pill for that. However, the very moment for me was when I was 31, and I went to Amsterdam and
You
Paris.
can't be older than 31.
I'm gonna be 38 this year.
For real?
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought that you were in your like 30, like early 30s,
It's
late 20s.
because the more inner work that you do, the younger you heal the wrinkles in your face. Because like the wrinkles, I feel like, are connected to stories. And when you meet these parts of yourself, it's almost like they move away. They're like, phew, gone. Like my eyes used to be a little bit more down, like right here. But from the work that I've done, they've like creased up.
Holy shit. I didn't know that there was such a thing. Like so somehow you went into the template and like anti-aged.
Yeah. Well, it's mirror work too. Looking in the mirror every day and just like moving my eyes. I do this a
Oh.
lot. I push this up, so you are what you see, right? So the more you visualize your body, I've never taken any Botox. I've never taken any type of medicine for my skin. I barely even wash my face, to be honest with you.
You're
I
always like literally radiant. It's the juice.
It's
You
the
drink
juice,
so much juice.
and I put my own energy into myself. Like
Mm-hmm.
I
You
feel
said that.
myself. Like I start my day with like talking to each energetic center, making sure there's no energy cords, fluffing my auric field, feeling around, but I've always been a sensitive person. Like that's
Mhm.
something that has always been my whole life, telepathic whole life. But I didn't put all of this together until I was 31. That's the
Okay.
biggest thing. Like everyone around me always knew that I was spiritual, but I didn't know it yet.
Uh-huh.
I would be like, I feel that you should do this, or I know that this is going to come for you. I just know. However, I couldn't do it. Like, I couldn't do that for myself. Like, I just know this is all going to be great. You know what I mean?
Right. You have to go
However,
through experience to
I have
realize
always
that.
thrived in everything that I've gone after. Like I've always this once I make a decision, I go after it and then it just like skyrockets me. But I
Right.
believe that happens because I've always helped people you on the way.
Mhm.
Like I'm like, hey, do you want to go on a journey with me? This is gonna take this,
Like
this, and this.
when you say that shit, I'm like, is this real? Like, is this like, it's like legit, you know what I mean? It's like you really walk the walk. That's why I admire you so much. And you're a Capricorn, right? You're a Capricorn.
Capricorn. Capricorn, sun sign, Cancer moon, Gemini rising. I truly
Okay.
believe that's why I'm telepathic. That's why I'm ultra sensitive and why I'm so grounded in the earth realms. So, like, I'm able to do like travel and still come back. And I believe it's because of my Capricorn in the sun.
Like you mean astral travel?
Yes, yeah, I definitely travel a lot, especially in my sleep. When I was 30, had a lot of sleep paralysis, and then one day when I was in it and it was just
Mhm.
like completely dark, spirit was something told me that I am the light and to turn it on. And I turned it on, and then it was like almost like my sleep paralysis stopped, and I was able to go through doors. Like I wasn't stuck anymore. I was able to move.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's just like I've astral projected and it's kind of scary. Like it
What's
was
scary for you?
just you could see all the being, like there was all kinds of beings. It wasn't just angelic, like loving ones. That presence was there. But when I astral projected the first time, I think I was like maybe 32, 33, and I saw some weird shit. It was during a shamanic drumming thing. So I never went back
Mm.
until we went to the drum circle, you know, me and you, warrior spirit, the whole the whole gang. And it's I felt good because I was around good people, good energy, didn't have any real fear around it. But I feel a core fear when you say travel of like, so do you protect yourself? Like, how do you?
I go into everything knowing that I'm protected. Like right here in this realm, I have so many lights around me. So what would make me think that when I go into the other realms that I wouldn't? But I always put on a cloak. Like I always like put over a cloak over my head and I go into like this invisibility so I can travel through and do everything. But I have I have only I have faced a lot of darkness. So
Mhm.
when I do come in contact with all of this, I don't I know I'm here to be a light in it. I know I'm here to listen to it. I listen to the messages. I decipher if this is even something that I'm supposed to, but it's in front of me. So if it's in front of me, I just ask myself, what do I need in this moment? How can I fix this? Like whatever question it asks me, say the question out loud, and then I see if I'm able to serve that channel for them. If I can't, it's just keep it moving. I'm like, thank you so much, and you move on to the next. I feel like it's just
What do
like
you
life.
think like humanity needs healing with right now the most? Like the collective.
What does humanity need the most right now?
Yeah.
The
Like
most
it's
is certainly they need love. They need to feel safe. They need to know that they can thrive in whatever they put their mind to. Humanity needs to know what peace feels like inside themselves so that their nervous system is calm. humanity just needs to know who they are within themselves. It's not something like, so much of humanity is looking outside themselves for something that's inside,
Mm,
like it's taking that time to meet themselves, to sit with themselves, to, all right, I'm having anxiety right now, learning how to express themselves in the anxiety, in the worry, in the doubt. Like, most of the humanity is in their root chakra, which
mm,
is, and that just has to do with how the world has connected us to all these stories that we have been taught from a child, for where our parents have, you got to do this for this, you have to do this to become this, you have to give to receive love. You know what I mean? Like, it's all these little stories that have been created, and taking that time to go within yourself is how we unravel the stories of, oh, this isn't any of this. If people knew all they had to do was really just to allow themselves to surrender, all right, this is what's coming through in this now moment, how can I make this happen? Instead of saying, I don't know how I can do this, asking, how can I do this? And allow the answer to come, or allow spirit to bring what's next. What do I need next to do this? Next thing you know, the people come in. But so much of the world is in that, I can do this myself, instead of seeing that people come into our life to help us, and and allowing them to help us as well. Because again, the Capricorn in me didn't want no one to help me, and I had to do it all. Like, I had to help every person in front of me. I had to help. You only have to help yourself. If humanity knew that if you helped just you survive, the love, the release, the worry, come into your expansiveness of your own power, to even know that you are powerful in who you are and your gifts, humanity would totally shift.
mm. How did you get to all of those realizations? Like, do you sit and isolate, or like,
I
what is
do
it
sit
that keeps you to?
I spent 3 years not talking to people, because I had so many stories replaying in my head that I had to get to the root. So I was a root worker. I still am a root worker, but I don't do so much of it anymore, because I've like passed the baton to that next person that wants to do work. I'm like, I'm done that, I'm here now. But you have to do the root work. The root work is, okay, this is happening, this is the storyline, how did this start, what how did this even come into my, and then it's like, all right, which ancestor is this, mother or is this father? you know a lot of mine came from my father's side. My mother's side, my mother was the first generation woman that ever worked. My father's side, none of the women ever worked. So it's like so codependent on men. So you
Mhm,
have to, like, when did this start? When did women get so codependent? You have to keep asking who, what, when, where, how, and why. We're
mhm,
taught all these things in school to create stories, or to write stories. It's all in the curriculum. However, they're not telling you to use that in your storyline. And as you allow yourself, and this is like, spirit is only going to show you as much as you're ready for. As much as you want to be like in the astral realms and you want to be traveling, you got to do the work first to get you there. Because if you go to that space and you don't have the tools, it's going to get chaotic. There is steps to this, because you don't it's like a tool belt that you get. Like, you get a new star for this next thing that you do, you meet a new ancestor. I truly believe that we have a different ancestors, like different realms of ancestors in each one of our chakras. So as we grow
mhm,
in who we are, we meet different ancestors that have been ascending as well in their soul's purpose.
Mm.
So after I got to the root of everything, I met my great grandmother, which she's the one that took me into the recipes, showed me who we've been for many lifetimes, how
The
long my
recipe of the
ancestors.
juice, or what's the
This
recipes?
was before the juice, sis. This was just the recipe was it
Like
really.
food?
I was just holding a crystal, sis. It was an amethyst. And this amethyst started like just helping me travel and speak to different realms. This
I
one
love that.
crystal. And this crystal, mind y'all, was from Michael's, a $4 crystal from Michael's. And I'm
Where's
holding,
Michael's at? The craft store? They sell
yes,
crystals there? That's amazing.
I feel like I manifested that because when I first awakened, my father was like, "You're this, you're that, you're crazy," and I'm like, I'm manifesting crystals everywhere just to show you I'm not crazy." Next thing you know, crystals in the grocery store. You can go to Whole Foods and get a crystal, but the root work was just it's been something my family has always been into, like Santeria. So they've always been in the spiritual realm. So I feel that it was a little bit easier for me because the connect and the blood has always been there. And I was just ready. I was just looked in the mirror one day and I was like, love yourself. And I was like, I do love myself. And from there is when everything just cracked open for me. I
Mhm.
was like, oh my God, I don't love myself. I love what people think of me. I don't love what I think of me. You know what I mean?
That's really deep.
Yeah, but it's definitely something that just clicked in me. I started taking class after class after class, getting certified in so many online courses and
Like
healing
in
work.
what? Oh, okay.
Uh,
What are all
like,
what's your repertoire?
all right, so I have angel aura clearings, chakra balance dancing,
Oh,
comedic Reiki, and then
that
Asumi
sounds
Reiki. Like I was
okay.
going down every what is it? Aura, being able to see people's auras and just giving them readings, energetic readings, channel
Hmm.
clearing, intuitive cutting. I was just
Wait,
going
so
down
wait,
the
is that like you just look at someone and you see his colors?
yes.
Wow, I would love to have that. Is that just something? Can you develop that? Like, could I
You can
take a
develop
course
it.
from
It's everything is always practice makes perfect, right? Like
Right.
you just have to keep doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it. Like when I look at you right now, you have like a round really close to you is really pink and then it goes out into green and then you have like a red. So for
Mm.
me that lets me know like you're grounded in your love, but you're also got a lot of protection around you and protective like mother of who you are, of your beings and everything. So it's like allowing yourself to let more love into you and be more vulnerable as well. But you're
Mhm.
right on track with, you're literally helping people remember who they are. You're igniting your soul by doing this just right here is meeting and having a podcast and getting to know the people of the rounds because you're meeting your tribe as you connect with everyone.
Oh
And
yeah,
then
100%.
the pink is connected to it's like angelic beings. You're very surrounded by very light beings, and they're saying to listen more, to listen to them, and to trust that intuition that you have.
I ain't ever listened to anybody, girl. That's the problem. That's why I'm on here. It's a practice for me. I love because I learn about myself through people. And I feel
Mhm.
that every time we do one of these, it's not just like a podcast. I feel like that word is not what this is, although I know in the world that's how it's categorized. Like you are encoding your light into the ether. And if we had a stenographer and somebody could write a book based off of the shit that you just said for 5 minutes, And I think that that's very undervalued. If like the people who do listen, it's like very intently, girl. Like I met a lot of the people who are on here for the first time. There's a lot of anon people, I don't know who the hell they are. And, they remember specific things, and it's a really weird reality because I just talk like it's on the phone with a friend. You know what I'm saying? And I'm processing because I was introduced to the mycelium network. I know you're big into that, but I
Yes.
wasn't, the ones that I had up in Michigan were just not, they weren't agreeable for some reason. Like I always felt really ill. I don't know if it was my gut at the time, the water or what,
Or it could
stress.
have just been the people behind it making
Right. Well, the name of, well, actually, I should not say name, but whatever. The name was like a word that is anger related. You know what I'm saying? And like, I had to switch it up. I switched it up. And from these sacred lands of Florida, it's like so amicable. Like I grew tenfold being here on this sacred land and water. I know you love it here. So I blow Florida a lot. Like I love Florida so much. Like I'm so into it. But it's like if you're from here, it's like a special thing because of the amount of sunlight, photons. The people tend to be really metaphysical and like deeply into metaphysical stuff. I'm not saying everybody's like super legit or anything. You definitely, it's like hard to find, you know what I mean?
I
Know that
definitely know what you mean. It's like helping people see that they can thrive in their entrepreneurship of spirituality
together,
because
together, like you're all about community. You're all about like, hey, I'm going to help you. Like, I'm going to come to your shit and you come to my shit and we just
yeah,
support each other. And
let's
that's
support
so
each other's
beautiful.
growth. Yes. And then it's like, then you talk about it with everyone. You're like, hey, do you want to go to this with me? I feel like it's going to be phenomenal. It's going to change your life. Hey, like my sound session yesterday was literally the best sound session I've ever served in my life. I can't
Let's
explain
talk
that.
about like what you do. That sounds amazing. Like, so how many of those do you do? Because I know I met you at the sound session. That's how I know you.
I do about 3 to 4 sound sessions a week. And it's a community gathering. I serve about 5 to 10 one-on-one sessions a week. And
Okay,
then
wow, that's a
majority
lot
of
of
the
hours,
time,
girl.
and
You're
then
hustling.
yeah, and then majority of my, I mean, if I used to work 99 plus hours, so if you really want to get technical, I'm probably working about 3 hours a day. But all the other hours is connection to myself, is connection with Mother Earth, is asking Mother Earth for instructions. What does she want me to keep putting out there? What is it that I'm literally a sound healer alchemist. Like I literally move through people's body through sounds. And it's not even, it's more than just me because I channel many high beings
Oh yeah,
of
it's
many different
interdimensional.
realms.
You're
And
the one point of all of those dimensions to come in. And when you speak it, it's like I can feel that shit and it gives me chills. And it's like there's something otherworldly. I don't know if it's also the area that you chose, that vortex of God knows. It's beautiful. I mean, it's
it's
perfect.
everywhere. So I've realized that no matter where I am, it's being served. And it's like I can be in Orlando, I can be in South Carolina, I can be,
Ooh,
however,
South Carolina.
I do get attracted to high places.
Uh-huh.
Even when I went to Las Vegas, like I stayed
Uh-huh.
outside the strip. And my
Okay.
friend's like, how does she? It's like, how do you find these places? And I was like, I don't really find them. They called for me to come and I just show up and then I just serve my sounds.
Mhm.
And I just met this amazing guy yesterday at my sound session, Astaria. Have you heard of Astaria? Spirit rap?
Astaria, I know that's a star system.
I'm gonna send you, he's been literally making songs since 1996. And
Who is this?
yes, and I'm gonna send because
Okay,
it's gonna
he's an
change.
artist.
He's here. He came to our sound session last night.
Oh my God. Here, I'm gonna Google him right now. Hang on.
Yes, please Google him. His name is like
What up,
Astari.
Astar? Shut up,
Hold
Astar.
on, I'm gonna send
How do
you the
you spell it? Is it
website. www.astarius, astarius.com.
Oh,
Check.
Astarius. Okay,
Yeah. And
interesting.
then I'm going to send you his music right now. You're going to be like,
Call
holy,
himself the
you're going
assistant
to,
ambassador. Okay, yeah, I see him. Was this guy at the drum circle?
yes, he's just been here 9 months.
You know what? I have the most random snap of him with Days On because it looked like a spiritual energy. I didn't know who he is though, but this is amazing.
That
He's
he
like
is next
healer.
level. Like we're
Okay,
at, I feel
okay.
like I am like, before I even knew who he was, I was in the middle of the sound session and all these beings came through. It was like, and I was like, what is happening right now? And this is where like I this is where we get a choice on what comes into our body. Like I am very adamant on only beings of light, only beings that are here to serve me and humanity in the highest good, in the highest love, in the highest light for all, for the good of all, not just myself, but for all. So it's like, I am so, this is the only thing that's allowed in my body. Anything and everything that is not of love, got to get the fuck out. You know what I mean? And so
I
it's
fuck
like,
with that.
and
Mhm.
that's where like I know whenever I'm over people and I'm moving energy and music's
Mhm.
coming out and fairies or Hathor or it's all
Mhm.
different types of beings that come through me, differentiating on the people that I'm in front of. Because like with you, I get more like druids. They're like big fairy people. Have you heard of
Okay.
druids?
I know the Druids. I mean, I'm
I
into all
call them
that.
druids. You call them druids, but yeah, I
Is
get
it the
more.
same?
Yeah, they're like
Okay.
3-foot people.
Yeah, like hobbits.
Yeah,
Girl, I love Lord of the I love Tolkien. Everything I love Lord of the Rings, like Gandalf shit.
no
Like,
wonder they're all here for you. You're
yes, and that they are medicine. All they do is smoke weed and like dance and sing and like that's it. That's what I am. Maybe that's why I do what I do.
yeah. Well, then you also are really big on the trees as well, right? Because I feel like the
Yeah.
druids are like they come out of the trees. Like I've seen many, many, many. That's how I meet them. Is like I'll be sitting down and like next thing you know, like a tree is like
I love it.
moving around and I'm like, who's there? And then next thing you know, they're like boop, 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 right out and the tree stops moving and they're like talking and I'm like, oh like
I would
these
fuck
type of
with
things have
that.
happened to me. So when I
Mm.
get back to I have always spoken to light beings, but when I was 8 years old, my mother put me on medicine because I was talking so much to all these beings. My mom was like, there's
Mhm.
something wrong with you. And so like from 8 to like 20, I took medicine.
Oh
And when
my
I hit,
gosh. That's like the years that you are forming who you are, your brain chemistry.
and by the time I was 10, I was trying to not be on earth anymore. Like I
Oh,
was like saving all my medications. Like something was telling me to kill myself. Like it was like this,
oh,
it
like low
was,
frequencies.
yeah, it was a very low frequency. So I
Mm.
truly believe that people that are like of schizophrenia and are in the low frequencies is because they've been giving so much of themselves that things have taken over their body and they're not inside themselves. They're like out
Mm.
of their body. So something is like moving in them and
Mm.
just like creating and just keeping, going to these people that are already there. I have always helped people, but I was always fighting a war inside myself.
Mm.
Like I would go show up for so many people and then I would come home and cry for days.
About what? Why?
I wouldn't know why I was crying. I would just be in pain. I would be laying on the couch, curled in a ball. Like I've always had so much I could like I never was in long relationships because like after I would have intercourse with them, I would literally know everything about them and feel all their pain inside. So then I would
Oh.
like just it was a lot for a
Mhm.
long time. And I couldn't figure out like why I couldn't be in a relationship and why was I when I was in a relationship, it was with like men that took great care of me like financially but then would beat the fuck out of me and belittle me, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then it all came down to that was the same thing my father was. My father has always had lots of money, but he's
Mhm.
always bought his way into my life or was always aggressive, was always telling me, you're this, you're that, you're a loser, you're that. So it was like almost like I manifested these men that were just showing me the pain that I was carrying from my father.
Mm.
And then one day I was like, I'm worthy of love and I'm worthy of having people that speak nice to me and it's just like I didn't date for 3 years and just like fell in love with myself. Like every day I would touch
Yes.
myself. Every day I'd give myself like rubs on the arm. You know, like I had to go in down this path of knowing what love felt like from me so that when people were coming in my life, I would know if they actually loved me or if they wanted something from me
Mm.
because I would know the difference in feelings.
Yes.
And a lot of the world is still stuck in that, you know, they need things to feel fulfilled or they don't believe in themselves. So like they don't know how to believe in other people that are doing the fucking work, you know? So it's like I take an opportunity when I meet someone and I don't like something about them, I allow myself to step back and ask myself, why am I giving this so much power? Like, what is it that I don't like about them? What is it that they're showing me that that is somewhere hitting me in my body, you know? And then I start like I just again who, what, when, where, how, where is this, how old was I, where am I at, who was around me, you know? Like I just keep asking. I get to like I like just continue to like rip layers until I get to that final layer of like
Mhm.
you can literally feel like where the root is like tugging. And what happens is I get shown like the story of my ancestors and I just sit and like experience all their pain that they went through and then I bring them to the now, right now, and show them like, look what has been created from what has happened to you and
Mm.
look who I am now. This has not been for nothing. We can release this. This has been something. This has been your lessons. This has been so I'm able to like bring their shit back to them and then
Mhm.
release them in the now moment. So
It's
that's where I say
beautiful.
you have to travel, go get the stories,
Mhm.
recreate the stories, and then bring them back to the now moment. But then you also get to bring back how they solved that, how they seen them, and how they got through it, because now it's like integrated into my body in the present.
And you upgraded your DNA for the generations after you and the
Yeah.
generations after them.
Yeah.
That's
And
beautiful.
the best thing about it is then something will happen, like something that aggravated me in that moment will no longer aggravate me. And I get to smile and be an observer.
Hmm.
Do nothing, y'all. Just witness the world.
It's a lot of fighting, right? I think because there's so much conflict within, it's almost like we haven't sat with those feelings the way that you have,
Oh,
or
we
how
gotta
you
fix it,
articulate.
right?
And then you
I'm not
focus
here to
so
fix
much on the
nothing. I'm here to
outside.
just see it. Huh?
It's just, well, they tend, I don't know, we, that all, me including
All,
me
all
first,
being.
of like, we tend to focus on the external to create that happiness, that security that we're craving, or like you're looking at a certain number or looking at certain measurements to try to ultimately get to this lifestyle that you've dreamed and things. And it's like, it's all an illusion. The whole, at the end of the day, we're just energy. Like energy speaks louder than words and even action sometimes. It's like, you seem like the type of person that could just see energy.
I have always been more of a feeler. And then it was probably about 2 years ago, I learned how to move energy. Like I can be feeling a situation and I send it up my spine to see what's happening. Now I can see the big picture. Like if I'm feeling something of someone else, I'll get shown that person and what's happening in their life,
Mhm.
and understand like it's not mine, because I at my human design, I am completely open in all my boxes.
Mm.
And what that means is literally I'm just feeling every single person in this world. I can even feel a leaf. I can look up and I can feel the wind on a leaf, y'all. Like that's
Mhm.
how deep I feel this world. And when I was,
Clairsentient. It's referred to as like clairsentience.
yes,
So
yeah,
when you're like working with client, I don't know, I'm just going to ask a few questions. I'm
yeah.
just curious, like when you're working with clients, do you just like pick it up right away? And are you able to like make that determination, or is it just, it's
As soon
automatic?
as I pick on it, as soon as it comes in, I just start asking them what's the first number that comes into their mind. And without like taking them to that moment. Like we start with what's the first number, and then they'll be like 7. And I'll be like, all right, let's call in 7-year-old you. And I'll be like, 7-year-old me, are you here with me? And most people will be like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I would be like, just be quiet and listen. Listen for your 7-year-old voice, because you are that 7-year-old girl right now at all lifetimes. Because we live in the past, present, and future at all times. So as soon as they can connect, because if they can't connect to it, then I just feel it through for them.
Mm.
I'll ask them to find where it is in their body, and I will feel it with them through. So, and with them, I teach them a Ho'oponopono, which is, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Because
Mm.
some people, it's hard for them to relive moments. But if
Mhm.
they know when they're going into a session that they are going to do a cellular upgrade in their body to release the trauma and the pain and everything that's ever happened to them in this lifetime, it's easier for them to go back and at least feel it instead of seeing it and reliving it, because
Mhm.
I will hold their hand through it. I give them the crystals. I create a crystal grid for each one of my sessions for each individual person to help me release everything that's no longer serving them, to connect them back into a crystalline being and allow the light and love to flow. So when it comes to these, like most people though, they remember. They will first they'll be like, I don't remember it. And I'll be like, just say, I remember everything. And they'll keep repeating, I remember everything. I remember everything. And next thing you know, like a place will come in, and then they'll remember the people, and then everything comes through. And that's when we start doing the soul retrieval part, where like we can see what's happening. And so most people, they're feeling what's happening to their family,
Mhm.
like they're feeling stuff like that. Or a lot of people have been sexually abused, and we can get taken back to like looking at the abuser and the person that's doing it, and we can connect it to like an entity, and then we can call in our ancestors that have also been sexually abused, and we can call them in to be there with that version of them, because we are them. And we literally start the clearing right then and there, and pulling out that darkness that hasn't just been with that person, but this darkness has been coming after the family since the beginning of when it first happened. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? So it's like I get chills because it's like,
Yeah.
this
That's a the
is that
generational
word.
bloodline clearing. Like that's some deep shit, girl. Like you really just got so deep all of a sudden. Like lost in the sauce there for a minute. No, but
It's
that's what
what
it is.
that's what it really is, though. We
Why
do
we're
get
fucking
lost in the
here.
sauce.
Yes.
Yeah. And, a lot of people are
Woo.
going through things that have been happening forever. And I'm like, hey, it's not you, it's your whole fucking ancestry line.
Right.
And
Oh.
some people are like, oh, it's too dark. It's too dark. And that's when, like, I pull out, I have a cellular repair bar. Let me grab it real quick.
Mm. What a treat this is, y'all. This is such a great talk right now.
So this is my cellular repair bar. And it literally just
There's no sound coming through. Hang on.
uh
Zoom is
can't hear
trash.
it. You can't hear
No.
it.
Zoom doesn't pick up such high frequency, you know.
All right, hold on.
What is that thing called? That
It's
thing's
it's
amazing.
it's literally a cellular repair bar. But what for me, when it's like moving over the people, I can literally see the energy, that like the darkness and the uck that it's pulling out of them. And literally that's why I always have candles, and all, like, I have so many candles, and whatever's coming out, because I have a circle open to my light beings, that's when the light beings come in and they just do their work with whatever comes out. I don't even got to do nothing with it. It's all the light that takes care of it. They clear it, they put it down into Mother Earth, and it is sent back to that person. So I
Yeah.
always have a fire agate in all of
Mhm.
my sessions. I have them in all different colors, but fire agate is meant to send back the sender of energy that is not yours. So, like, I always have that, so that energy, people don't realize their worth of oh, this is going to happen to you if you do this and blah 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 blah, you know what I mean? Because what
Mhm.
they're doing is they're giving them opinions off of what has happened to them. You know what I mean? Not even seeing, like, that shit ain't gonna happen to me. That's not my karmic, debt that I have to pay.
Mhm.
That's a whole nother thing, karmic debt. But I am here to clear the uck. You know what I mean? I'm here
Mhm.
to clear the fucking shit out of the collective, so it can be more lighter, so people can be seen in who they are, so that when they're talking to their family about whatever's happening in their life, they can understand that their family is unconscious, and that they can still be who they are without having to feel so judged by them, because that's their judgment of themselves. Like, people are like, how do you know everyone is ready for what you serve? I'm like, well, they came to me.
Right. You're all about this law of attraction. I
They
feel
found
like you take a
me.
lot of action though. Like you're a very action oriented person. Like I think the sound bath, I'm a huge fan of the sound bath on Wednesdays at that spot. I don't know if it has a specific name, but
It's
1500 North Shore, St.
Yeah,
Pete.
it's literally the Activate. I consider that a community space of leaders of the know world.
Oh, okay. If you know, you know, then you'll
Yeah,
find
it's
that it's
definitely a
on
place.
Wednesday.
I've literally have watched one person come from the beginning that had no idea about spirituality, and like a year has gone around and they are now a life coach and teaching people in spirituality. You know what I mean? Because she
Mhm.
has put it so important to her that she had no idea that she was a vibrational being, and that she was vibrating at the level of the people that were around her, not by the level that she is conditioning herself to be in. Like I wake up every morning, I'm like, money flows to me easily and abundantly. Money flows to me easily and abundantly. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You know what I mean? I wake up like that. Like just because I don't like I would believe that when you are taking care of your health and taking care of your body and taking care, everything just flows naturally, easily, abundantly, because you are the golden abundance. We can turn doubt and worry into golden strands of abundance of who we are, because that doubt and that worry has come in through something else other than yourself.
Bars. I love, you need to make like an album of this sound healing of you saying that stuff.
Woo! I
What all do
love
you,
that.
okay, so what all do you do? Like, so you have the sound healing, you have the one-on-one sessions, you do,
I speak at a lot of places about the energy and therapy, but
yes,
majority of my
speaker.
I'm here to clear the like a lot of I have like I do meditations, I do higher self activations, I do breath work. These are all things that I do, but where my heart is in the sounds. So all of my
Mhm.
sessions always start with about a 15-minute sound healing, because where the sounds come in is where the ancestors come in. It's where I'm
Mm,
able to release the chords to other people, where I can feel where each chord is by just playing a sound and
mm,
where it's at in your body. I can feel what's happening on your masculine and your feminine. This is why I always have people pay before they come, because I'm your ancestors and your spirit team already start coming to me before you even come to the session.
mm.
And the thing about it is, I will hear every organ, every cell. I will hear everything happening. That's why I tell people, please juice for 24 hours prior to the session.
We all like noodles.
It's fucking crazy, but it's like with the sounds, I literally am able to tune them up. So the sounds clear everything. It brings their vibration up to a higher frequency, where I'm able to meet their higher frequency team to help me clear all their lower vibrational shit that's going on from the
Mm,
storylines and everything.
yes.
Because I believe like when our ancestors died, and if they didn't die in peace, they're literally stuck in the in between. And like
Mhm.
some of them need candles lit for them. Some of them are still stuck in fear of dying or stuck in something. And so like it's like passed on to their next generation. Like my aunt got left at the altar. My
Mm,
grandmother got cheated on. My other aunt got cheated on. So like all of them just didn't believe in love. Where my father cheated on my mom,
mm,
has always spoke to other women, but like this second marriage was the most he's still married, but are they happy? You know what I mean? Like they constantly argue all the time and yell at each other all the time, but that's their storyline. You know, they are both the oldest children, you know, they are both have always taken care of everyone. So like that's why money is so important to them, because they want now the best of everything, because they never had it growing up, because they were always taking care of the younger ones, you know? So it's like these storylines play out. And then what happened to me? Every man that I was with cheated on me. I
mm,
have been left so many times. I have been beaten. I have been this. I have been also it just got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse, until I was like, this is not love. This is not what I accept as love. This is not what I would want my kid to be treated like. This is not anything. And I decided to change it. So I didn't talk to my family for like 3 years when I first awakened, because I didn't want any of their opinions of what I was doing to affect me. Because right in the beginning, when I was talking to them about what I was doing, they all shut it down. And
mm,
I had to listen to myself. I was like, how does something that makes me feel so alive inside so wrong? Why is it wrong to talk to the spirit realm? Why is it wrong to connect to myself? Why is it wrong to love who I am? So like my dad called me a witch. And in that moment of being called a witch, I was so offended, because I thought witches were something other than what thought about. Now, there is many forms of witches. However, you can call me a witch and I'll be so fucking proud of it, because yes, I'm fully connected to all the elements. I truly believe in Mother Earth, and I know in the star people that they are all here to help and support me. You know what I mean? But back then, I was still learning what everything was. You know what I mean? I was still educating myself. I was still learning how to believe in all these things. But with everyone else's influences, it was like tearing me apart. But when I cut everyone out and started just going down this path for myself and not anyone else, that's what shifted. And then about 3 years in was when I started meeting people, and people that are waking up get really excited when they meet someone that knows stuff, or you meet someone with crystal bracelets, or you meet and it's like, oh, but then you got to take your time and getting to know this person. Because, like, it's just like everyone is on this journey with you, and everyone plays a role in this life, and you got to use your intuition very brightly, because if something tells you no, don't do this, you have to listen to it, and you have to ask yourself, why shouldn't I do this, and then why no, and what would be the next step for the highest good then. So it's like those 3 years is how I got connected to me and my belief into listening to myself. People of the spiritual community have been spiritual for over 20 years, and they still ain't motherfucking listening to their inner being. You know what I mean? So you have to really differentiate, mentors, and just everything I learned are from people that were 75 plus, doing this for over 50 years, with reviews out the yin yang. Like, I chose, and then as well as, like, I choose to learn from people of indigenous culture. I want to learn more of my Taino tribes. I am of the earth, and I want all people to know that we are all of the earth. We are all indigenous. But when you put yourself in people that have been utilizing these practices for over thousands of years or hundreds of years, you are passed down the cultural secrets that we're in charge of to continue this lineage of healing. That's why when I met Astarias and then I read his website, I was like, oh my God, like this, here's another being that is on that same path as me, that has taken the time, and knowing that his music is so important to the world that he's made over 26 albums since 1996.
1996. Yes. That is amazing. I mean,
I need to start
I'm not
making
surprised. Like, I'm telling you, like, that's thing is the sauce. And I can't even, it's not just a sound bath. I don't know. It's a lot more.
no, that it is like that sound bath is to take you to travel your body, your realms within yourself, to know that you're safe on the outside, that you have so much taking care of you on this earth realm that you're able to go within yourself.
I mean, it's a pretty big set. Like, you've got a bunch of bowls. There's like 18 bowls or something out there. There's like 4 gongs, or I don't really remember. I'm not really good. I just kind of go to blip out,
what it is there's just so much instrument, period. Like,
Yeah,
we
instruments.
literally are, it's at least 45 minutes of different sound frequencies of going up and going down, and utilizing and with the different bowls, I like pair different ones, because as I'm on one bowl, I'll feel this bowl want to connect with another frequency bowl, and I'll just automatically do it. And then next thing you know, like, I will literally see like energy just coming out of people. Like, it's when the little kids used to be there all the time, they would draw like little creatures. like coming out of the circle.
Oh my God. I can't wait to take my son. My son said that he wanted to go. He's getting bored at homeschool. So I said, yes. So I got to make sure your son's there.
There's a bird sanctuary over here by my house that we can go to
Oh,
in like the morning time with the kids.
what? That sounds amazing. Bird
Yeah.
sanctuary?
I live
Absolutely.
by the beach.
Yes. Oh, Shell, yes. I
Yes.
love St. Is that St. Pete? I love St. Oh, I know you might not want to say it publicly, but I
Oh
love
yeah. I live where like St. Pete, Seminole, and Madeira Beach all meet in the middle. It's like this little, it's called Bay Pines.
Okay.
So it's definitely
Cool.
phenomenal.
It
My
sounds like a
house
dream.
number is like 9993. You know,
What?
my
I love that.
and I have a north facing door. My west is going
Mm-mm.
towards the water. Like it's
Mhm.
so like how I manifested this house, it was through sex magic. Like me and my man were
Oh
just
yeah.
like, yes. Well, that's a whole
What? That's
nother
the
stuff.
secret, right? That's some
That's the
sauce
secret
right there.
recipe, y'all. You got to use that sex for what you're manifesting in this lifetime.
Mm.
Like
Like
we were just
what do you guys like do the goals while you're, I mean, like what would be involved?
we
Just
like
trying to
set an
picture.
intention for what we are manifesting before we even have sex. And then like
Mm.
it's almost like we lay on each other until like my Vaginius gives his wand of light permission to enter.
Wand of
Because
light. I love that.
yes, because his wand of light like brightens that manifestation.
Sure does. It's so
and when
sacred
you
of you to share this. I really appreciate it.
And when you
Sacred
think
space.
about it, our portal is the dark hole. You know what I mean? So
Mhm. The void.
it's where
Mhm.
where it leads to everything. We're
Yeah.
here, we're not just birthing children, y'all. We're birthing realities through
Mhm.
our sexual energy if you allow yourself to do that. You know, there's also people that siphon and are like, what do they call them? Succubus, where they suck people's
Mm.
energy out. So you have to be
I would
very
just have like a million babies is like if if I could keep it like I seriously love being a mom. I love the whole birthing process. I know you're a mama too.
yeah,
Like
I definitely want a baby. So she's gonna come soon. I've seen like videos of visions of her.
yeah,
So she's
yay.
coming. But like when you're in the middle though of having, you know, your manifestation of your magic, of that beautiful energy, you have to stare at each other in the eyes. Like it has to, and don't laugh.
I hate doing that shit, yo. I'm just
I
being
know, but
honest. Like that's so uncomfortable to me. Like that, I just feel like I've
I
never done
thought
that since high
so.
school.
I thought it was uncomfortable, but I'm telling you that it's like to be seen and
Mhm.
who you are, and then we just as soon as you'll feel it as soon as the energy like pumps up, because you'll be like breathing with each other, you're like looking
Mhm.
into each other's eyes. Next thing you know, it's like we're like, all right, what do we manifest? And so then it's like, I was like, 1600 feet house, 3 bedroom. Like I was just like speaking
Yeah,
it. I forgot to say a
that's how to
face
do
in the
it.
backyard. But he was like, and then he was like saying what he wanted and stuff like that, you know, in order to have the house. Like he was saying like he wants 40 customers a month to get spaceships. And then he was talking about
I
how
don't know if I
grateful.
would bring work into it. I feel like that's
Well, his work
it's a
is
lot.
really is big money, honestly. So like him selling like 40 something spaceships a month, that's like $40,000. You know what I mean? That's
Mm.
like
Hey.
that right there is financial security to do whatever the fuck you want to do. And like, you know, money to me is experiences, and it's how I'm able to help people. It's I don't think twice about something. You know what I mean? Like if someone is in need, and I also separate my money. So like I call it my God fund. So if there's money
Mhm.
in my God fund, I can do it. But if I don't have money in there, I won't do it. So I like when I get paid, half of it goes to one bank account, and then the other half gets divided in 5 different areas, so that
Okay.
and it's like it's exciting because I get to put money into everything. You know what I mean? I feel like that's how you save money. That's how you get excited about money. That's how more money comes in. Your money likes somewhere to go. I give 10% of all my money to my son. So I have 10, so like my
I
son is
love
my
that.
10%.
Why
So
do 100% of the funds be going to our son? No, no,
well,
he's
I mean, people
um,
give 10% to the church. You know what I mean? So like my son is my
yeah,
church. He's the son. Hello.
absolutely. You got to
Son of
take care of the
God. You know what
fam. That's the whole point of all this is to take care of.
I mean? Exactly. I'm actually looking at taking like it's like a part-time job, but it's to
Mhm.
transport kids.
I
That
love that. Where are you going to transport them to and
well,
fro?
these kids that are with these are kids that are have like they don't get to see their families, and have gone through a lot of trauma. So I feel like this is just like I was asking spirit, like how can I do more with the kids, because I've put together a lot of different things and it was never successful, you know what I mean, at like gathering a bunch of kids. So I was like, how I need to get in there, see what's happening with the kids, and then really put something together that's going to help them.
Mhm. That's a beautiful container. These
That's
are
and
like,
that's
this is so
I
valuable. Everything you've said is so valuable. Like, I appreciate you so much for sharing all of this, like, so abundantly and freely, you know?
I
It's
am
the
grateful
Capricorn
to
way,
share
the
this.
hustler's mindset.
I like I said, I'm always rewriting stuff. Like when I made my first six figures doing what I love, I put together a workshop. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
how I got to those 6 figures
Mhm.
is is
Tell us the secrets, dude. This is so fucking good.
I just imagined my life as if I already had it all.
Mhm.
That's the motherfucking secret. What would I do if I had all this? What are the steps that I would take to do this? And
Mhm.
I just started making the steps, and more and more and more. I didn't think about how the money was going to come to me. I didn't think about anything. I just kept making the steps. That's where the money is. Taking action in a step every single day
Mm.
towards your goals. The money just flows in. Enjoy your
Mhm.
life. If you're not making any money, go give. People don't want to give when they don't have a lot, but I'll tell you what, go give that last $50 away. Your bank account will triple what it was. So it's like you have to like if you can't give, you can't receive from a place of lack. You can't manifest
Mm.
from a place of lack. So
Mhm.
before you even start manifesting, you need to bring your fucking energy up to a place of I am so abundant, and then you co-create what you're calling in. If you're
Mhm.
not in that energy, it won't come. You're only going to create more of that other energy. You just have
Mhm.
to be like, oh my God, it's so amazing. There's so many things to be abundant about. Oh my God, there's so many cars in this world. All these people are driving. I'm so grateful for a vehicle. Like it's these little things that we get to be grateful for, but no one is grateful because they are still wanting more without seeing
Mhm.
what they have.
Mhm.
Like I
That's the
literally,
disease of the parasite and the root at the root of all of it. Like that's you hit the nail on the head.
I
It's just
also,
like
I feel like I'm the youngest of five. So
mhm.
like I've always been really taken care of. So I just have this feeling in my heart, no matter what I go through, like I'm always taken care of. So I don't go down that rabbit hole of nobody loves me, nobody this, and I don't got it. Like I just know like whatever it is, it's gonna be provided for. And I just keep it fucking moving.
Mhm. And then
And
you
I
provide
think,
that container to people. It's
yeah,
amazing.
that's
Like you
exactly
feel it
it.
right away. You're such a strong space holder. And I also wanted to quote you because you said that you go and manifest a whole bag of money after taking primordial Kundalini yoga. I feel really honored that you said that.
That's that energy that you be pumping into our womb space. I'm like, I need I need to get you back. I need to get back over there. It's still every Tuesday at 9 o'clock.
Yeah. Tuesdays at 9. Yeah, I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna try to do it live. I'm doing my best with all of this, but it's like to me just a huge waste of time. I'm actually in the middle of like totally doing proper burial for something that was and rebirthing something completely new. Like I'm
That
feeling like a completely new
that
energy.
that's important, sis. You have to rebirth yourself. You have to
Yeah.
kill, like, I thought about having like a funeral for Carissa because that's who I was before, and just letting her know like I love her so much and she did absolutely what she could to survive. But Leslie Light is here now, and I am like, I like Carissa is like my lower, my ego, my lower dimensional self that I was born into with my family. And
Mhm.
Leslie Light is literally a soul from many lifetimes that are here to be in her most best essence.
Mm. It's like, how did you figure all that out? Like, what helped you do that? I'm just like,
I I
I
worked with the
understand what you're
shaman.
saying, but sometimes I feel like that, I have to like ground into my duties and I become very dutiful and kind of stay in that and then it consumes me. You know what I'm saying? And so I
I
really
feel like
appreciate-
the duties are just something you've created. You
yes.
gotta do, it's kind of like Instagram, right? Like so many people want to, oh, I have to post to get a crowd for people to see me and people to show up to my stuff, right?
Mhm.
I have barely posted this past month, right? The only time I've ever posted is a ceremony or something, but I'm barely online anymore because I've been grounding into my new home. And
Yes.
as I'm grounding into my new home, I have reached a new level of support, safety, security, and I'm allowing my nervous system to adapt, which is so I've like I don't that's when I don't be around a lot of people. Like I go serve my medicine and then I come right back out. I go to the ocean, clear myself, come back
The
in.
best. Oh
And
my God. That's the formula right there.
that
That's
is the formula. You have,
lifestyle formula.
well, your primal yoga that you do, it like you are building that sexual energy, which is the creation energy where you allow the money of the earth realm to flow in. But what I say is you already have it all. You just are like, you have to allow what you're calling in space so it can come in its full expansiveness.
Mm.
Because people are like, I want to call in 5K extra a month. Well, what did you release and what did you let go, and what have what are you gonna how are you gonna create this extra 5K? Like, are you wanting like five, like a spirit wants to know, are you wanting like five more clients? Are you wanting to do more workshops? Are you wanting to do more workshops with well-established people that have been doing this for over 20 years? Like, you have to be like completely, Spirit's like, all right, I can bring you 5K a month, but then it's not the things that you want to do or what you feel lively about to do. You know what I mean? You have to be
Mhm.
very, what's the word? Intentional. That's
Mhm.
that's been my whole life, is I'm very intentional with everything I do, with every person I talk to. Like I even turn people down. Like I people want to collab with me, but if I don't feel like if it's for the highest good of me, them, and all beings, I won't do it.
Mhm.
Especially if it's like you have to let yourself graduate and pass the baton. Like you're no longer a beginner. You're no longer have to, like stutter when you're asking for money for your service, or you no longer like you go in your knowing of, you know what you're worthy of, and this is what you will require. And if people can't pay that, you let them know that there's payment options and that we can work their way up to meet their needs and stuff like that. And then like my sisters, I give them a discount, but most of my sisters pay more than what my discount is. They're like, no, we should be paying you more. So like I'm surrounded by people that put money towards themselves, but it took me to put money towards myself and know that I was worthy of this, to accumulate this many people around me. Like whenever I forget who I am, I look at all my sisters and brothers and I'm like, holy shit, I'm a motherfucking badass.
I love that. You see them as reflections of you.
Yeah,
I
huge
love that.
reflection. That's why when I
Mhm.
met Astarias, I was like, holy shit, I quantum leaped.
Mhm. That's how I felt when I met you and Warrior Spirit.
Hmm.
It was like sort of at the same time in that time frame. I don't know when that
Yeah.
was now, maybe months ago. Could have been
Yeah.
months. You've been doing that for how many years? I mean, that's legendary.
Yeah, 7 years. And I actually met Warrior Spirit a year ago, and she started getting mentored by me. And I literally have watched her grow and release, entities and fears, and
Mm.
becoming who this loud goddessness of leadership that she is in her light now.
Yes, I
Like
love
I've
him.
watched it all unravel right before my eyes, and it's like that proud mom moment. You know what I mean? Like I
Mhm.
knew that she came in my life because it wasn't even to mentor, it was to help her to see that her family, like she's meant to do big work with her family. Her mom and her brother are literally light beings just like her, and the fact that they're all awakened and they're all aware is why they need to work together
Mm.
like that, because that's why she talks about family and community, family, community, family, community. It's right there, she has it already.
Yes, and her cat and her dog. Yeah, I fuck with Warrior Spirit. She's the best. Like
Yeah.
that energy is very healing. Your energy is very healing. I love all the people I've met in Florida. It's been a gift.
Well, I love you, sis. You're a fucking gift to this world. We're all here. I am you. You are me. Like
Yes.
we are literally fucking gifts to each other in the realms. We are the bridge between all the earth and the heavens. Like we are here to like shoot people up. It's like it's almost like they're right here, they meet us, and we're like, "Doo, doo, 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 doo." And then you drop them off on the elevator, and then we come right back down. Doo, 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 doo. That's why for myself, I don't like, if we can flow in life, we can go in life. But if people need me, I will fucking disappear out their life. I don't, I'm
What does that mean? Like,
like, it means like, I, you should never need me. Like
mhm,
I'm not like needed. I'm always around and I'm always you. So it's more on a level of I am here to support you in every way possible, but you do not need me, you need you. And I'm always going to bring you back to, let me show you why you think you need me.
mm,
What within myself are you feel like you need, and I will walk them down that line of, you have it all.
mhm.
So people will put
Phenomenal.
me on this high pedestal and put themselves down here. So that's when they feel like they need me to come up.
Mhm,
You know what I mean? Instead, I'm like, can you put yourself on this pedestal with me and
mhm,
come grow with me?
mhm,
Like that's how, I guess I don't know how else to put that. Like you have to put yourself on your pedestal. You have to know how I can support you. I will not if people don't know how they need support, like I won't stay long either, because it's like we are here on a mission. We're here to co-create with each other. We're here to meet billions of people. So we have to touch them like how spirit has put it. And this is my mission. I touch you, and then you go touch more people. And then we touch a billion people together, and that those people touch each other, and those people touch each other. So with one person that you touch, they're going to go touch a billion more people. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yes, you're doing it.
Yeah. And then we're just going to continue to grow in expansiveness this way, you
Mhm.
know especially like people that I've mentored I only mentor for about 6 months, and then I let them fly, because then I have to go do my growth. All right, I've helped all these people, I come back into myself.
Are they
Like, you
usually
can't.
like in a group?
No, they usually come in one-on-one, one by one, just
Mm.
one person at a time. And I spend about 6 months, and it's usually a journey within each of their chakra centers. Most people are learning how to tap into their channel, how to talk to higher beings, how to meet ascended masters, how to hear them. And I help them move through their energetic centers to clear their blockages and why they don't believe they can hear them. And we literally, by the time they get to their crown chakra, they don't need me anymore. It's time for a new mentor to come in to take them down that next realm of learning that's for them. I don't hold people long. I want people to continue to grow. I believe we all have things to serve, but we once you learn it, you have to keep moving with it. You're either going to do something with it, and you're going to continue to integrate it into your everyday practices. Either you're going to teach it, but you have to keep learning, not just from one person, but from many. Because
Mhm.
we're just there's so many versions of ourselves that's being birthed every day.
Mhm. I get so addicted to like certain teachers, like for I don't know, like I was on the Abraham Hicks kick for like 3
Man,
years.
she's a forever. Like, anytime,
Oh.
right? Every time we go through something, you just put on an Abraham Hicks and you're through it, right?
I don't know what about that voice or something, but I kind of feel that way about you. Like I could listen to you be saying all that stuff like all day, like in my head, you know? I feel like
Really?
the energy here is very like there's so many elements to work with in Florida. Like you have the land, the caves, the water, the sky, what's going on with the humidity, like it's a swamp, and then there's just so much to manage. And it's like you were born and raised here, so you kind of have that inner standing, and it's just you can walk through the storm very calmly. And it's mostly sunlight, but the storms are like it like is
I
torrential. It's not just like a light rain. It's like
No. Listen, I just went through a 5-month storm. Okay. So I get it. Like I was like in this in between a house and leaving my apartment, and I was brought back to my family's house, and I didn't take any one-on-one clients for those 5 months. I was able to see the capacity I was able to hold for group activities and workshops. And I feel like that 5 months is what got me stronger in that, because I wasn't taking one-on-one clients because I couldn't go all in on myself every day. I can't do that for other people one-on-one.
Mhm.
And so I wasn't able to stage myself. I wasn't able to dance every day, like in my own house, because I was at my mother's house. And
Right, right.
I learned
And
deep
the car
compassion.
accident. Oh my
Yes, and then a car
God.
accident, like I really had to learn a new level of support. I had to learn a
But
new
you got the
level.
come up. Like it was so sweet at the end. Like what a great,
Yep. Now
what a
look where
great
I am. Look at
story.
these big windows that I have.
Yes.
Like,
Oh my
I
God.
I
Beautiful.
am so blessed, and the wait was worth it. And spirit was just like, I had to sit in this in between of doing the ancestral work, clearing through myself, learning how to not give power to my family, learning how to hold deep compassion. And I really just learned how to listen, to be honest with you, because our family just wants to be heard. They want their side of the story to be heard.
Mhm.
Just listen, without wanting to fix them, without wanting to give them opinion, without trying to resonate with them. Just listen to their epiphany or their way of their seeing. Like, listen to them, like fully just listen, and just thank them for their words. You don't even have to
Mhm.
talk back to them. Say thank you for sharing that. That was so important.
It's just
How
not
hard is
giving
that? But
power
so
to the
many,
thought.
yeah, but so many people are like, oh, they're wrong. There's so many people are trying to change other people's stories. So many
Mm.
people are trying to stop people in the middle of what they're saying and try to talk about themselves when I'm like, hold on, this person's talking, let them talk.
That sounds like a family reunion.
I got through a lot of witch hunters, put it that way. I
Oh my God.
was like, all right, well, I'm still gonna be bright and I'm still gonna fucking do what I do and I'm still gonna help people, but I'm gonna learn how to help people in a different way other than what I was doing. I grew a lot.
You're
I
a
quantum leap.
boss. You're just so fun, like, too. Like, you're a boss, but you're like fun.
I'm a fairy, y'all. I'm a real life fairy. I roll with the punches. I move with everything. I know everyone because I've always lived here. So it's just I've just continued to
And you
expand in who I
offer
am.
watermelon to Goddess Oshun. Like you said, we should let the people know, like, the
Yes,
Oshun eat watermelon.
white flowers and watermelon. Oshun and
Mm.
Yemaya. It's both of them.
Mm. I
Yes,
will
you
always
gotta
take that
feed
now.
the ancestors, tribe. You got to.
I never not take it now. I'm always like, I gotta stop and get watermelon. It's always great to have on hand around here, because it's hard.
Yes. When's the last time you went to the drum circle?
The drum circle. Oh, it's a couple weeks now, girl, since, well, I think I went one other time
After?
after you and I went. Yeah, I got to make it out there. Maybe I'll go on.
Yeah.
So I'll bring my son. He's down to do stuff now.
Yeah.
So
Yay.
I just really want to like have my kids involved. They're not interested in in like yoga or anything like that, but I want them to be involved with the things that I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Aww.
I don't,
Well,
but I
that,
also don't want to force them to like be at the drum circle if they
uh,
don't want to be there.
my son, he doesn't really go to the drum circle. If I can convince him to go, if I say chicken wings, if I be like, I'll get you chicken wings after, he'll come to the drum circle, but he'll sit there the whole time. Like he won't do nothing.
Right, right. And like it's just, yeah, but I want my son to vibe and like feel the energy. I
But
think
my
it's
son vibes
perfect.
with me here. Like we do sessions every 2 weeks with each other. Like he's the one that showed me like he was carrying all my pain in his body. And I
Oh,
hold sessions with
oh
my
my
mom and I was able
God.
to,
He's
yeah,
so
so
sweet. He said that. How old is
we were
he?
able to see it. He's 15.
God. Oh my God. Wow, he must be very, oh yeah, you said he's a Scorpio, right?
Yeah, he's a
Yeah,
Scorpio.
he must be. That's amazing. My son is too. Oh my God, I hope he's not feeling my pain in his body. I'll ask him. He'll be like, oh, he likes to get a back rub. That's what we do. But anyway, girl, I could talk to you forever. This was so good. This was like so juicy. You gave so many secrets. Like, I don't even know what to put in the description. We talk about everything from tantric sex to like how to manifest money to how to organize your money when you do get it. That's
Yes.
actually a step in manifestation that from when I was a maiden and went to a mother had to learn of like it's not
Mm,
just manifestation. It's like what do you have the wisdom to be able to like multiply it and keep it going,
yeah.
You need to do multiplication, not so much division for me.
Yeah. I feel that. I'm only gonna
Anyway,
keep
girl.
multiplying everything.
Hell yeah, InnerG. What's your business? Where can people find you? It's
My business
Liseli.
is soulhealingsolutions.org.
Okay.
And
Healing.
I can do one-on-one online or in person. And you can just look on there and see everything that I serve. I do hara healing, sound healing, chakra healing, cosmic healing,
Yo,
higher
shout out to
self.
those oils that you gave me, by the way.
Yes, I create oils
The-
for all your different
that was amazing.
chakras.
The Anahata oils. Beautiful.
Yes. And then I also create healing bracelets. I make teas as well
Mm.
as beautiful sacrament of psilocybin. So it's definitely a journey of I'm here to give you all the solutions that your body is
Oh,
asking
you're a
for.
mushroom mama. What is your, I mean, are you willing to like speak about what your experience with the mycelium is all about and like
Yeah, for me, the mycelium, I already did those 3 years of shadow work. So like my first time taking mushrooms, I literally found out that outer space was in space. And it's not like I shoot out there. It's actually I'm shooting inside myself. And I literally saw the sun, and I got all these instructions on like how to like help people. And when I was on my first time, my sister was on there with it. Even like how the mushrooms came to me, I did a meditation the very next day. I heard mushrooms, but I was like, what was that? And I just let it go. The next day, my sister was like, hey, do you want to go on a trip? But she was the one with me, and she was actually stuck. Like she couldn't move, and she could speak, and she kept asking for help. So like I like came out of my journey, and I went and helped her. And I was like, I'm gonna make you a bath, I'm gonna put crystals, I'm gonna put herbs, I'm gonna speak life, and everything's gonna be fine. And I like talked her through everything. I helped her through like being stuck. And that's when I realized like we're able to take people on another journey that you create, like so like I was like helping her pave a way out of being stuck. And then I brought her into the bathroom and just talked to her about everything that was happening as it was happening. And
Mm.
she's like, how do you know what to do? And I was like, you don't hear them? She's like, hear who? I was like, they're telling me what to do. I was like, you don't see them? They're lights. And she was like, no. So that's when I knew like something was up. And I told her, I was like,
Oh my God.
I was like, I'm really
Good.
grateful because she told me we couldn't go outside. We had to be inside. And I was like, we're not supposed to do this inside. So the second time was like next level. It was right when COVID hit.
Mm,
And I literally saw all the angels in the sky. The shamans were coming at the trees. They told me not to worry about anything, to drink more
mm,
healthy, that's when I started juicing, making my teas, creating oils. I made a COVID can't touch me oil that was instructed through a vision. And I literally took it everywhere I went when I traveled. I would give it to everyone that was with me when I traveled so that they wouldn't catch it. Nobody around me ever got COVID.
mm.
Yeah.
What is your
And
dosage? Like, are you like
I
eating that?
was I was making a tea. Actually, the tea was being made for me, and it was a gram. And that dosage was like took me out there.
Yeah, that's a lot
Um,
for me. I don't think I could.
I'm already really sensitive. So like I already
Mhm,
feel so deeply. So
mhm,
like I feel like if you haven't done the inner work, plan to go deep and cry and do the work, on the mushrooms. But if you have done the work, I feel like you get to go to a different level of meeting masters that are
mm,
here to show you the way. So if you haven't done the work, it's almost like you're starting at learning what are even masters, what are even the elements, what are even this? Do you believe in yourself? It's like the mushrooms look for the uck inside of you, like they're like looking for the decay in the organs and the
mm,
muscles and everything. So I already had like, and I've already done so much clearing on myself that like when it came to me learning, it like took me out there. So
mhm,
I do recommend them for everyone because I've never heard of anyone dying on them. So, but I do know like if you were gonna sit here and take a pill to feel better, why not just take a mushroom, something that is of earth and coming from someone that is very intentional with the medicine and will teach you how to listen to the mushroom and create intentions with it because the mushrooms are alive. They are of earth as well as you are of earth, and you're able to work with them because they are the mycelium network, which is which is also our nervous system in our body, which is also the trees, the land, everything is made of
mhm,
mycelium.
mhm.
Yeah.
I do. I really feel like it could help with evolution of consciousness. I know that the collective masculine is a little bit slower with healing, whereas like it's not like a flex. It's just like literally the divine feminine has been speaking about certain things for centuries. We just didn't do it publicly or whatever.
They weren't
And
listening.
right, exactly. And so, anyways, I just feel like the mycelium network would help to speed up that process to help integrate us into oneness even more accelerated.
I feel like with the mycelium, they connect you back into the divine consciousness that's within you, where you could actually hear God inside
Mm.
you instead of
I
thinking
haven't gone that far down the hole in a long time. It's been a long time since I did like a big
once
trip.
that, when I hear it, it's like I go in it, and I'm here to help people even learn how to go dive into themselves. Mycelium is like a journey inside your body where you get to sit with yourself, Mother Earth, and allow yourself to feel through, cry through, meet through, see whichever way you are able to communicate with yourself in your growth. I have
At
become
this
a
point
light
in my
body.
journey, I am at like deep rest. Like I like to sleep when I'm on them.
Mm.
That's it.
Probably you're doing dream work with them.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, because I smoked weed for cannabis, like huge amounts of THC
I
because we grew it, and like I feel like I didn't dream for like 2 years.
Wow. I feel that with marijuana, if more people did it while they are breastfeeding or when they're pregnant, they would have more just like soothed out children that are not so they still feel, but it's not like they're feeling all these people. You know what I mean? Like their
Mhm.
nervous systems are more calmer. I feel like mycelium would be fine for children, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah,
I
I
want to hear about this. Like, so you
well,
would
the
give it,
thing
would
is,
you give it to your son?
they're over here giving kids Adderall. Like, is that your, is that any different than mycelium? Because mycelium is of the earth and it would help them move through their emotions, where the Adderall is making them avoid themselves and moving
Mm-hmm.
at a faster pace. So what makes these medicines that are constructed from the government with all these different chemicals better than stuff that's of the earth?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just how I feel about it. Like I have a friend that smoked weed the whole time she was breastfeeding. Her kid was completely normal. And the moment she stopped breastfeeding the kid, literally the kid went chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, and then I had another sister that was microdosing and breastfeeding, and she felt like her kid was talking and walking at a sooner level than her other kids. So I feel
Yeah,
like
I mean, because all it's doing is just awakening the dendrites and, the synapses, and they just keep sort of integrating and integrating and integrating. And that's what I think it's doing in our brain and in our energy centers, is like working through that, which is kind of keeping us stuck from integrating. And I did get to another level. I think I just do it slower because when I go in, I can feel everything, I can hear things, and I get very scared of
that's
like I've
what
lost my mind, like I'm gonna totally lose it, like I'm gonna
please
be
call
done.
me when that happens. Like this is where you have sisters for, and that's where you have a family, because we're not crazy. And don't be scared of these of the energy, because you are the one that is still alive in this
Mhm.
realm. Like you are here, and nothing can, like, you are the light and nothing can come. So once I had that feeling of how protected I am and I've been shown it, like have felt invincible. Like demonic entities could try and I would be like, fuck you, you're going to the light. I'm going to hit you with so much love. Come here.
Mhm.
Come here. And it's like we're here to bring them to the light, and that's part of why we are here on earth, y'all, is to
Mhm.
release the density of earth and to create it into a lighter place, and not like bright shiny lights. It's like feeling lighter inside, lighter on earth, teaching people how to pick up trash, teaching people how to eat clean, it's all these things that we're here to lead in who we are and teach as we're teaching getting stronger in ourselves.
Who is these people not picking up the damn trash? You're
Let me tell
funny.
you. I will stop a motherfucking car to pick up a plastic cup. Okay. I'll be like, turn the car around. I just saw plastic.
Because it is so beautiful here. When I see that, I'm just like, what? Why? Why? It's so beautiful here.
Yeah, but
Trash.
it's definitely getting better. I feel like we're in a community that is doing the work. So like that just is amplifying across earth because of how many people that are doing it right now in
I
our
kind of
community.
love it. I kind of love that everybody is a healer. At first, I was like, man, this is so, it's so different. It's like being a new kid in a new school, you know?
Oh,
But
you're high level. You know that, right? I'm just gonna keep telling you, like you're really important to this the healer
thank you.
work here. Like everything that you are, all the work that you have done, everything that you have gone through. Please keep telling your story. Like please keep
Yes.
doing what you're doing. Please
I don't
know
even
that
remember my story is the problem. I don't know who that person is anymore. I really don't. I've chosen
create a
different
new
ways.
story.
I've chosen different patterns, different responses. I actually created a pause time to be able to respond. I've had to isolate, go inward, and it feels good. But I also crave community. I love the drums. That drum circle is dope. I mean, it's a lot of energy. I have to kind of be in my own trance world, but I love the energy in general and the energy here. And you, I love the space that you hold. Like, it's amazing. We were
Thank
supposed to
you.
end this like a half hour ago, but
All right, all
I,
right. Well, I love you.
I
All
appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm going to send you all of these links and I'll put all links on where people can find you.
right, I'm gonna take a picture.
Oh my gosh, how am I looking? I got kind of high.
All right, one more, Lauren. All right, I
You
think I
can't see
got it.
my eyes anymore.
I think I got it. I can see your eyes.
It was a really good joint.
I, all right, the last one was perfect.
Thank you,
You're
sister.
like going like this in one of the pictures.
Yes. I'm going to do that from now on.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, just look in the mirror and keep just moving your eyes up, and next thing you know, they just up.
I guess
Yep,
it's like my ritual when I'm doing my makeup. I'm always just like
you're
doing my hair.
beautiful, so beautiful.
Thank you. You too, my sister. Absolutely stunning. A light worker, a true healer. I love your energy. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Honor
May
you.
you and everyone walk in peace, have a heart of love, and continue to prosper at all your creations.
Thank you. Thank you for this time.
I love you.
I love you.